On the 8th of September, record-breaking rainfall in Hong Kong caused widespread flash flooding across the financial hub. Videos on social media show the rain, turning streets into raging rivers, flooding shopping centers and public transport. People were seen climbing onto cars and other elevated platforms to escape the waters, which rose several meters high in some areas. A day before, on the 7th of September, authorities issued the black warning due to rainfall exceeding 70 millimeters an hour. The Hong Kong observatory later reported an hourly rainfall of 158.1 millimeters, the highest since records began in 1884. The city's Cross Harbour Tunnel, a key route connecting the main island to the Kowloon Peninsula in its north, was inundated. More than 200 millimeters of rain was recorded on Hong Kong Island, Kowloon, and the northeastern part of the city, a total that exceeds the amount the entire city typically receives. The rain also triggered landslides in Hong Kong's mountainous areas, blocking some highways and rendering people helpless. The 77-year-old Chu lives in the village of Bing Che, located in the northeastern part of Hong Kong's new territories. Chu works as a beekeeper. His 2-decade-old private beekeeping farm has suffered devastating losses as record rainfall drenched the Asian financial hub of Hong Kong. He gazes at his drenched beehives with a helpless sigh.
The rainfall this year was particularly intense, fast, with a large volume, and it lasted for a long time. Flooding has occurred in the past, but not for such a prolonged duration. Today's weather is very hot, and even a brief task leaves you sweating and completely soaked.
Among other businesses counting their losses is a pig farm in the new territories. Owner of the pig farm, Tse, is now considering closing his decades-old family business after losing more than a third of his 3,000 pigs.
I was just waiting upstairs for 5 hours. After the water level went down, I came to see how many pigs I had lost. All gone. I couldn't even shed a tear after losing a few $1 million.
Many businesses in Hong Kong now face an uncertain future after a storm triggered by Typhoon Haiku dumped record rainfall in the area.
So when you have favorable weather conditions, for example, let's say there was a tropical cyclone, in this case that dumped that much rain in Hong Kong. So when you get a favorable weather pattern or a favorable weather condition, what then happens is that because we have emitted a lot more greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, so that has increased the capacity of the air to hold water vapor. So the air is now in a position that it can hold more and more water vapor than what it used to do in the past. And simply because more and more water vapor is available, so when you get the favorable weather pattern, like a low pressure system or a cyclone, then that amount of water vapor is just going to get released. And when it releases, it gets released in the form of precipitation, that is in the form of rainfall. And when this happens, what basically is happening now is that these intense spell of rain is just a bit of a problem, because if you're going to get rain that is distributed well in time, like you don't get something like 158 millimeter in just 1 hour, which is what we have seen in Hong Kong.
The extreme weather also brought chaos to the nearby southern China. The city of Shenzhen, across the border from Hong Kong, reports its heaviest showers. A rainfall log showed 465 millimeters of rain fell in Shenzhen over a 12-hour period, the highest since records began in 1952. Hundreds of flights were suspended in the wider Guangdong province. Local authorities advised residents in low-lying areas to consider evacuations. On the night of the 7th of September, Shenzhen discharged water from its reservoirs. Many Hong Kongers believe this exacerbated the city's flooding. The very next day, Security Chief Chris Tang declared the discharge had no impact on the city's floods, and the action was safe for both Shenzhen and Hong Kong. This isn't the first time that a typhoon has wreaked havoc in southern China. In the year 2017, Typhoon Hato, a powerful tropical cyclone, struck southern China, including Hong Kong and Macau. It left a trail of death and destruction in the region, claiming at least 12 lives and injuring over 150 others. The destruction led businesses and schools to close for days. Gusts of up to 168 kilometers per hour brought flying debris, tearing down trees and scaffolding and breaking construction cranes. Power transmission facilities suffered heavy losses, disrupting electricity supply to 1.91 million households. Authorities were quick to take action. The government evacuated 26,817 people to temporary shelters.